Welcome to Recykal session on understanding and fulfilling your e-waste EPR targets and annual return requirements. As a responsible producer of electric waste, we are sure you have taken steps to ensure EPR targets are met. If not, don't forget to comply with the target fulfillment of the e-waste management rules of 2022. ALN Rao is a visionary leader with over 38 years of expertise in circular economy practices, now spearheading Recykал's electronic circularity division. Sir, you are known for transformative solutions for electronic recycling, advancing circularity, and expanding the company's environmental impact. What would be your advice for electronic producers from India who comply with e-waste regulations?
But see, the objective of the e-waste management rules 2022 is to ensure that all the WEEE products that's placed in the market and post end of life is collected and recycled in an environment friendly way. And hence the rules, the e-waste management rules 2022 has been formulated in such a way that producers, manufacturers, recyclers, and refurbishers are the four stakeholders directly connected with this particular management rules, e-waste management rules, and the producers are liable and responsible in collection and recycling of the end-of-life products which they have placed in the market. Based on certain formulas that the Government of India has arrived at, the calculation of targets is arrived for the producers, and accordingly the targets is set for each producer to collect the material and recycle it. So an environment friendly model of recycling the end of life products is the key in the e-waste management rules. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that with us. So my first question for you is, what are the conditions for filing EPR annual returns for e-waste?
What are the conditions for filing of EPR returns? So the conditions is at the end of the day, the credits or the target achievement has been set in such a way for the producer. All the item codes, the 106 item codes that's been announced by the Government of India in 7 item categories, which is listed in Schedule A of the e-waste management rules 2022. These the recyclers are given the opportunity to buy any of these item codes, and the recycler who has got a license to recycle a particular item code can transfer the credits to a producer who has got a target of that particular item code. That's the way the rule has been designed, right? And with regard to a producer, based on the set targets, the formulas that's there, the set targets are their item code wise, which is converted into commodities. So based on the composition of every product, the commodities like copper, aluminium, ferrous, and gold are the 4 commodities that's been identified. And for each of it, the targets of the item code weight versus the composition is calculated into commodities, and the commodity wise target has been given to the producer. And now the producer has to fulfill the item code wise targets based on the commodities for which the credits has to be purchased by the producer from the recycler. And the CPCB portal has been introduced where the transaction of the transfer of credits takes place on the CPCB portal. That's the innovation that has come in currently.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. My next question would be, which entities are mandated to file annual returns for e-waste?
Well, obviously, the 4 main stakeholders that are there, which is the producer, which is the manufacturer, the refurbisher, and the recycler. They are the 4 stakeholders.
So, sir, what are the consequences of non-fulfillment of EPR targets and non-compliance with annual filing of EPR?
Oh, that's a good question. As we near the date of filing returns, which is hardly a few days away, for fulfillment of targets, if non-fulfillment of EPR targets by a producer, there is an element of environmental compensation, which is a penalty that a producer has to pay, right? And over and above that, irrespective of whether the producer fulfills the target or not fulfilled, the balance target that is not fulfilled has to be fulfilled in the subsequent year. But the environment compensation has worked in such a way that for the subsequent 4 years, every year, as the balance target gets fulfilled, 85%, 60%, 40%, 25% of that environment compensation gets returned back to the producer based on the fulfillment of the balance targets. However, the environment compensation is mandated, and it's mandatory to be paid by the producer as a penalty. As far as returns are concerned, if non-fulfillment of returns means that you are not compliant with the rules, and hence there are penalties for that. And April 30th is for e-waste filing of returns last date. So we just are a few days away from it, and it's time for all the stakeholders to start filing returns by the due date, actually. Yeah.
Thank you, ALN sir, for shedding light on crucial aspects of the e-waste management rules of 2022 and emphasizing why compliance is so vital for producers, importers, and brand owners. We appreciate your taking time to share your expertise with us today, sir.